Are you ever going about your day working on your business and you get the feeling that something just isn't 100% right and you're not exactly sure what it is? Maybe you can't quite put your finger on it, but you know that something isn't quite aligned and you're guessing that it might be something about your brand. Well, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to talk about 6 different signs that your brand isn't working for you and that you're making some pretty big branding mistakes. And hopefully you can take a look at your brand after this and make sure that you are kind of covering all your bases when it comes to your online brand. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Maria Wendt and I help ambitious entrepreneurs make more money with their brand. Let's get right into today's video. The first sign that you have a branding problem might be that you're attracting the wrong kind of clients. So if you're attracting low vibe clients or clients that can't afford your services or clients that you just don't like, that's a sign that you have a branding problem because, you know, it's the most cliche saying, but your vibe attracts your tribe. And if your brand is disorganized or low vibe or kind of DIY, that might be attracting a low vibe kind of clientele. So you're not attracting your soulmate clients. That's the first and probably most major sign. The second sign that might indicate that you have a branding problem is if you aren't proud of your brand. So for example, if you're embarrassed to send people to your website, that's a sign that you have a branding problem and that needs to be fixed as soon as possible because not being proud of your brand, not loving your brand has a tremendous impact on how much money you make. And the reason for that is what we put out, people can pick up on that. So if we're not confident about our brand, if we're not confident about our services, if we're not proud of our brand, if we're a little embarrassed about our website, that's going to subconsciously hold us back from really promoting ourselves, and we definitely don't want that. So the second sign that you might have a really big branding problem is if you aren't proud of your brand. If you don't love your brand from the inside out, that's a big problem. The third sign that you have a serious branding problem is if you aren't charging as much as you would like. So if your prices aren't premium and you would like them to be, that's probably a branding thing because what branding will allow you to do is charge what you want. Because you spent the time to make sure you're attracting your dream clients, part of that is going to make sure that your dream clients can afford the prices that you want to charge. Not the prices you think you should be charging, not the low end of the industry, the prices that you want to charge. So if you don't yet feel like you can charge a high-end price or sell high-end packages, that's a sign that you have a serious branding problem and that's something that you should take a look at as soon as you can. The fourth sign that you have a serious branding problem is that people aren't exactly sure what you do. So if you're at some kind of family reunion and your aunt asks you, okay, Maria, what exactly do you do? I know you do something online. Are you a blogger? What do you do? That's a sign that you have a branding problem because you should be so clear when you talk about what you do and when you post online about what you do that even your random aunt should feel very clear on how you help people. The classic saying is explain your services, explain what you do in such a simple way that a 5-year-old child could understand it and repeat it back to you. So if you aren't very clear on what you do, or even worse, if your ideal clients aren't sure on what you do, that's a sign you have a serious branding problem and that's something that you want to get fixed right away. You want your dream client to say, oh my gosh, Amanda, she's the coach for me. I have to work with her. I don't even care what she charges because I know for sure that she's exactly what I need. The fifth sign that you have a serious branding problem is if your brand is disorganized and not streamlined. And what I mean by that is if your Instagram looks different than your website and your website looks different than your Pinterest graphics and your Facebook cover image is an old picture of you from a long time ago, that's a sign that you have a very serious branding problem and that's something that you want to get fixed as soon as you can. Because when your brand is streamlined, that says something about the quality and the level of a business owner that you are. You are professional, you are here for real, this is not a hobby, this is something that you take seriously. So if your brand is disorganized and you're using different colors and different fonts and it's just not streamlined and it doesn't feel cohesive, it's going to subconsciously confuse your ideal clients and it's going to give them a negative first impression. And they're going to subconsciously hesitate to work with you because they're not sure that you're the real deal. So you're actually losing money and that's a sign that you have a serious branding problem. The sixth sign that you have a serious branding problem is if you don't have your dream clients reaching out to you on a regular basis. So one of the best indicators that you have a brand that's really working for you is if you have anywhere from 5 to 7 clients, potential clients reaching out to you on a weekly basis. That is a sign that your brand is really working well for you. If you have less than that, that's a sign that you're probably losing money. You're leaving money on the table and most likely it's a branding issue. So a good indicator that you might have a serious branding problem is if you don't have those 5 to 7 clients reaching out to you on a weekly basis. These are people that are warm leads. They want to get on the phone with you. They're ready to invest. They just have a couple of questions. Your brand should be attracting people like that. So if it's not, that's a sign that you have a branding problem. If you hit anywhere from any more than 2 of these items that we talked about, if you checked off more than 2, you definitely need to start thinking about what areas of your brand need to be fixed. If you have questions about this, I offer free brand strategy sessions where we can hop on the phone together and just chat about what you're going through with your brand. We can talk about things like what your goals are for your business, where you want your brand to be in 5 years, what you want your brand to look like. These are all some of the things that we're going to talk about on our brand strategy session. To book the session, I just put a link in the description below, or you can go to mariawent.com/brand. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. I'll see you on the other side.